Hey, it's Bev, your deep dive coach. This month, we're diving deeper by finding the feeling that came first. So we're talking for this month's work about feelings that we prefer not to feel, what we might call uncomfortable feelings or negative emotions, or however you like to think about it. And I want to share a theory with you that I've developed over my years of coaching and that keeps being borne out as I coach using it. So of those uncomfortable feelings, I think there's two kinds. One of them we experience as like a low vibration. It's kind of something that sort of makes us feel crumply, weak, inward. Like this, maybe we want to shrink. So examples of those kind of uncomfortable feelings are shame, sadness, disappointment, regret, grief, loneliness, empty, unsure, inferior. Okay, I'm sure you get the picture. The second kind are, I think of them as a higher vibration, in that those are experienced as we're kind of upright, we're tough, we're fierce, like ready for action. So examples of those are anger, blame, righteous, justified, furious, judgy, superior. Okay, so here's my observation. We prefer to feel the second kind. I think we think it makes us feel stronger, ready, powerful, whereas the first kind makes us feel powerless and weak. They're equally uncomfortable. But what I think happens is that when we do feel one of the crumply emotions like grief or regret or loneliness or sadness, we turn it into one of the more powerful ones, like anger or blame or justified. The reason it matters is that those emotions, the second kind, are very destructive. They're destructive to our relationship with ourselves, and they are destructive to our relationship with other people. So regret becomes blame. You can see how just regret, feeling it, it's very vulnerable emotion. It's very, very real and slow and soft, but it doesn't do damage. Blame becomes damage, whether it's self-blame to myself or blame to somebody else. It's going to lead to some, us behaving in a way that could become destructive to our relationship. Disappointment could become anger. Uncertainty could become rejection. So I'm going to give you an example of how it's destructive to ourselves. Let's say I was coaching somebody on this earlier today. They are feeling very sick. They're pregnant with their second child and not feeling well at all, real live unwell. And so as a result, they're not engaging with their first child as much. So she turned her sadness and disappointment about missing out on this time with the child, believing she's not giving him the childhood that he deserves, into shame and self-blame. You should have been stronger, you should have been able to rally, you should have stuck with the plans. It's destructive to herself. It's like beat, beat, beat. As opposed to sad and disappointment is just something you can just be with and feel and hold yourself tenderly in. And then you're building your relationship with yourself. So an example of how it would be destructive to others are, let's say you're working on a joint project with a partner and it doesn't work out. The first feeling might feel regret or kind of, sort of pitiful, right? Grieving lost hopes and lost dreams. And then again, it's sort of a more inward emotion. It's just something that we can feel. We can hold it with tenderness and a bit of sweetness. It just passes through or it accompanies us. But when I turn it on to my partner, you should have been more capable, you should have been more strategic, stronger, resourceful, it's all your fault. Now we're starting to destroy this relationship. So, like I said, I made this theory up. If you hate it or you don't agree, just toss it out the window. I have no problems with you doing that at all. If you feel like there's something to it, then some questions you could ask yourself for your deep dive work this month could be, where am I puffing myself up when I really just want to crumple? What's the effect of me doing this? Is there any destruction I'm creating by doing this? If you find there is, you could offer yourself the possibility of meeting yourself in the truth of the current shrinking or the current lowness. I'm feeling sad because I really wanted to spend the summer with my child and I haven't been giving him the attention that I think he would give, and I understand why, and still I'm disappointed that that's his experience right now. So I'm just going to be with the sadness, just go about my day. That's where truth is. That's where there can be a softening, an opening, a bit of space. It's where real is, and it's where destruction is not.